Only JY's, boy. So the previous video, if you made it to the end, it suddenly cut. Do you know why? Because basically, when you do these response videos to people's comments, you get like a 10-minute limit. That's the first time that has happened to me. Now, obviously, I'm always conscious of the time and that, but man was just rambling so much that I ran out of time and the video just cut. But to be fair, I was going to end the video within the next 30 seconds to a minute. Who knows? Probably would have gone on for longer than that. But one point I wanted to make, and I'm so glad this person has left this comment. So obviously, this is JY's TV clips, I think. Got so many accounts. On my other accounts, so if you're new to my TikTok and this is the only account you've seen me on and that, you wouldn't have really heard me speak about this because I spoke about this on my other accounts. But I've been saying of lately, like, these chicks be talking about a man needs to earn 100K. If he don't earn 100K, he may as well be invisible and that. It's bullshit. You got a guy that is chatting to a chick that earns 140K and he earns 40K. So not only does he not earn 100K, he actually earns less than her because she earns well over 100K. She earns 140K. It is bullshit. These chicks do not care whether a guy earns 100K or not. Obviously, there are going to be one or two chicks. But the reason why they're saying that a guy needs to earn 100K or over is for this reason. Women find it hard finding men that they want. Yeah? Men that they truly desire and that. So it's a coping mechanism. They set the bar so high, i.e. I need a guy that earns 100K because they know most guys don't earn 100K. They set the bar so high that they know they're not going to find it. So that's why I'm single. I'm not single because, I'm not a good woman or anything like that, or I ain't got much options. No, I'm single because I can't find a guy that earns 100K. That's like me saying, I want a girl that has a law degree, I want a girl that has a 0 body count, and I want a girl that's a 10. So until I find that, I'm going to be single. Well, good luck then. They're setting the bar so high. Some people set the bar so high, they know it's pretty much unachievable to some degree, or going to be very difficult. So that's their excuse for being single. I can't find a guy that earns 100K. But all of her last exes, the last 5 guys she dealt with, none of them earn 100K. This just don't make no sense. So all of this bullshit about the guy needs to earn 100K is complete nonsense. Girls will happily date a guy that earns less than them. Girls will happily look after a guy. Girls like to mummy men. There is a video I still need to do a reaction to. There's an older mixed-race woman, probably like 50 years old. And she's saying, men need to stop looking for women to be their mummy. No, you've got it the wrong way around. Women need to stop looking for men that they can mummy. Yeah? It's the other way around. Men are not looking for women to be their mummy. I mean, some men are. But why don't you just remove those guys from the dating pool? Why don't you just not speak to them in the first place then? She's got this thing the other way around, man. It's not men are looking for women to be their mummy. Women want to be the mummy of a fucking man. And I see it all around me. See it all around me. Do you know why women want a man that they can fix? It's because I saw a YouTube video on this. Let me check how much time I got, because I know with the rambling and that. So I'm at the 4-minute mark almost. Yeah, I got enough time. Basically, they done a scientific study. They got 5 couples, yeah, man and woman, yeah, 5 times. Now, the man and woman might be engaged, they might be married, they might be boyfriend and girlfriend, but they got 5 couples. And they conducted an experiment. They had the guy sit in a chair and get electrically shocked. Not to death, obviously, but, electrically shocked. And each man that got electrically shocked, his woman was sitting by his side, yeah? She had an MRI sort of scanning thing that can measure her brain activity. So she's sitting by his side and she's allowed to comfort him only verbally. And they measured the woman's brain activity. And they noticed when the guy was getting shocked and the woman was comforting him verbally, they measured her brain activity and she was getting a peak, a little spike in her brain activity. In the pleasurable regions of the brain, they noticed that women were getting pleasure when their men was in a stressful situation. They were getting pleasure knowing that they could comfort them. Boom, they repeated the test again. Same 5 men, same 5 women, but this time the guys are still getting electrically shocked, but this time the women can hold them. The women can make contact with them and also verbally comfort them. Yo, when they measured the woman's brain activity, off the fucking scale. Now that I've said that, I want you to observe every girl that you know. It could be your mom, every female you know, your mom, sister, female cousins and that, chicks that you know. And ask yourself, the guy that they date, or guys they've dated in the past, are they the sort of guys that like, they're not complete men? And when I say complete men, I don't mean driving a Ferrari or Lamborghini and that. Do they have their life in order? Do they have their mind in order? Do they have everything right and pattern and that? And you will come to the conclusion, nah, these guys are broken men. Now, if you can't see it, it's probably because you're a broken man as well. You know, fish cannot see water because they are in water their whole life and that. So if you are that and you're surrounded by that, you're probably not going to notice. But if you're a man that's somewhat got his life in order, somewhat got his head screwed on properly, you're going to clock. My dad was a bit of a joke, man. I, at the time, was a bit of a joke, man, if not still. My brethrens, they're a bit like joke men and that, and they got girl and that. Like, the females around me, female cousins, aunties, my mum and that, they've always dated kind of like joke men. Let that sink in, and you will clock, rah, my man's actually onto something, you know. Because I noticed that a lot of women, they date these guys that ain't got much going for them, guys that, you know, they need fixing. Women think they're mechanics. The problem is they don't ever fucking finish the job. Yeah, they're like cowboys. They start a project, don't really fix it, and then abort mission. That's what a cowboy builder does. Starts a project, fucks it up, and then aborts mission. Yeah, they never complete their work. They never complete their jobs and that. So I'm glad this person has left that comment, because that part about 140k, her earning 140k and him earning 40k is just a good representation of what's going on. Women do not mind. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you think money, is the be all and end all with getting women and that, nah. Women will happily date a guy that is losing because they want to build him up. The problem is they never complete the fucking mission. They never finish the project. Anyway, man, that's it for today, man. Stay away. Done now.